The blessed companion of the Prophet Muhammad, may the mercy and blessings of God be upon him, Salman al-Farisi narrates, 1. His journey to Islam. He was a Persian of the people of Isfahan. 2. From a city known as Jaya. My father was the head of the city. For him, he was God's most beloved creature. His love for me reached the point that he gave me in trust fire supervision. 3. That lit. He wouldn't let him die. My father owned a large area of fertile land. Someday while he was busy with its construction, he told me to go to his land perform some tasks. On the way to your land, I passed a church Christian. I heard the sound of people praying inside. Didn't know how people they lived, because my father kept me confined to his house. So when I met those people, in the church, and heard their voices, went in to observe that they were doing. When I saw them, I enjoyed their prayers and became interested in their prayers' religion. I said to myself, by God, this religion is better than the wow. By God, I didn't leave them until sunset. I did not return to the land of my father. I asked the people in the church, where did this come from? Religion? They said, in al-Sham. 4. I returned to my father who was worried and sent someone after on my arrival. He said, O son. Where was it? I didn't trust him with one task? Said, my father, I met some people praying in church and I liked it of their religion. By God, I stayed with them until sunset. My father said, my son, there is no God in that religion. Yours religion and their ancestors is better. Quote, no, by God, it is better than our religion. He threatened me, chained me by the feet, and kept me confined in your home. I sent a message to the Christians asking them to inform me of the arrival of any Christian trade caravan coming from al-Sham. A caravan came and they informed me, and I then told the Christians that I let them know when the people in the caravan had completed their business and if prepared to return to their country. I was in fact informed when people al-Sham had finished their business and were about to return to their country. So they loosened the chains from my feet and I accompanied the caravan until we arrived at al-Sham. On arrival I asked, who is the best among the people of your religion? They said, the bishop. He's in the church. I went to him and said, I like this religion, and I would love to stay with the Lord and serve him in his church, so that I can learn and pray with the Lord. Sir, he said, you can come in and stay with me, and I joined him. After some time Salman discovered something about the bishop. He was a wicked man who ordered and she motivated her people to pay charity so that they could keep her. I didn't give it to the poor. He had accumulated 7 jars of gold and silver. Salman continued, I despised him because of his actions. He, the bishop, died. The Christians gathered to bury him. I informed them that he was a bad man who commanded and motivated people to give charity so that he could stay with her and that he had given nothing to the poor. Said, how do you know that? I replied, I can show you his treasure. They said, show us. I showed them the place, where he kept it, and they recovered 7 jars with gold and silver. When they saw all this, they said, by God, never we will bury him. Then they crucified him and stoned him. 5. They replaced their bishop. I never saw anyone, among them, who prayed better than him, the new bishop, not a man more disinterested in this life worldly and attached to the hereafter, not a person more committed to work day and night. I loved him more than anyone I had loved before. I stayed with him for some time before his death. When his death I said to him, O Lord, I have stayed with you and loved you more than anything I've loved before. Now of God's decree, i.e., death, came. What does he recommend to me and what does he command me? The bishop said, by God, people are lost, changed, the religion they practiced. I don't know anyone who continued to cling to the religion I practice, except for one man in Al-Musil. So one to him, and gave me the name. When the man died, Salman went to Al-Musil and found the person he recommended. He said to him, at the time of his death, he recommended that I join you. He told me that you practice the same religion as him, was with him and found that he was the best man in regard to the religion of his family. Companion. Soon he died. When death approached him, Salman asked, as he had done previously with his first partner, to recommend another person with the same religion. The man said, by God, I don't know anyone of the same religion except for a man in Nasibin, 7, and his name is such and such. Go and join him. After his death, I traveled to the man of Nasibin. Salman he found the man and stayed with him for a while. The same happened incidents. Death approached and before he died, Salman went to him and asked for his advice on where to go and to whom. The man recommended that Salman joined another man in Imaria, 8, who was also of the same religion. Salman went to Imaria after the death of his partner, found his new reference and joined him in his religion. Salman, at that time, he worked and won a few cows and a sheep. Death has approached the man of Imaria. Salman repeated his requests, but, this time, the response was different. The man said, O son, I don't know anyone of the same religion as we. However, a prophet will emerge during his lifetime, and that prophet is of the same nature. Same religion as Abraham. The man described this prophet, saying, he will be sent forth with the same religion as Abraham. He will come from the land of Arabia and migrate to a place located between two lands full of black stones, as if they had been burned by fire. There are date palms scattered in the middle of these two lands. It can be recognized by certain signs. He will accept and eat of the food that is given to him as a gift, but he shall not eat of charity. The seal of the prophets will be between your shoulders. If you can go to